All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning back into the TRE podcast. I'm your host, Matt Celestio. I want to say a big thank you for coming on and listening to another insightful conversation today. We got an incredible guest, as always. We got Tulio Shu in the building. Tulio, my man, thanks for coming on.
Hello, thank you for having me. It's your boy to the top, Tulio. Let's get going.
I love it. That's the energy we want on the show, man. And I'm really excited that we just got connected on the internet and we're making something happen right now. So I want to ask, before we jump in, I always ask my guests, you have an intention for this episode today. What do you think that is for you, for our listeners?
I think my intention would be to inspire as always and to hopefully can learn something from my journey and my experience in the field I'm in currently, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm looking so forward to it. And again, I've watched your content before. Number one, it's entertaining and it's funny, yo. It's funny. So give him a check. We're going to link it in the show notes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
But also all the work that you do in terms of the other side of social media fitness and fitness in general. It's like this whole other side that we don't really see, especially as consumers, but you live it every day. So I want to really bring in some of the negative aspects of the fitness industry and how we all kind of get succumbed to it every single day. And then how you deal with them, how I deal with them, how we overcome them, just to make people's journey a little more sustainable and a lot more in control. You know what I'm saying?
100%, brother.
So let's start out, like, you're in the spotlight. You're constantly posting and showing up in the industry, which is incredible, and I admire that. But that opens up one big concept for you, which is judgment and criticism. Now, I know a lot of us, like, even if you're not in the spotlight or doing all this stuff in terms of a creator, if you're just showing up to the gym and posting your progress, whatever it is for anyone, you're opening yourself up to judgment and criticism. So how do you deal with that? How do you not let that derail you from your journey? How do you stay consistent, eyes on the prize?
Well, I'll tell you a very personal story right to start off the bat. First time I went viral on TikTok, had like 2.2 million views. It was just a basic video of me asking my friends on Snapchat, hey, what's your weight? I'm gonna bench press it, right? It was just a compilation of people sending me the weight. I just bench it. Go up to 205, 225 pounds, whatever it is, right? I thought that was my personal best. It was just a fun video I wanted to do just to entertain people. I got so much hate. People saying, oh, this guy's using wrist wraps and all this gear to lift weight. Oh, he's weak, everything like that. And I was thinking like, wow, I got so much hate. It actually made me quit social media for a little bit. And this was a time I didn't like post like that seriously. I just wanted to have for fun, right? But then it really, really affected me. It wasn't like 4 months later, I got back on and said, let me try again. But that was one of the things that taught me, hey, no matter what you do, no matter how good you think your accomplishments are, someone out there is going to hate on your progress. But throughout my journey of doing social media, gaining more followers, making more content, I realized this hate only comes from people who are behind you in life, who don't have as much things going on and who have all the time in the world to hate. Because people who've done things and accomplished more things, they understand that as part of the journey. To get good and to get good in anything in life, you're going to get a lot of hate because people are going to doubt you. People are going to find reasons to hate. But people who get things and who accomplish things, they don't hate because they understand that, hey, they were once there and we all start somewhere. So I think that's a big thing to understand, especially in the fitness world, is no matter what you do, we're all just trying to better ourselves and we all have our own path and have our own reason why we started what we did. But no matter what, it really sucks. But that's the thing about the gym culture right now. There's a lot of toxicity, a lot of hate in it because I don't know why, even when you try to just better yourself, someone out there has an input they want to do to put you down. And it only comes from because they can't do it themselves. If these people were fit themselves, were accomplishing heavy lifting, whatever it is, were very healthy, they wouldn't hate on your journey. But because they couldn't accomplish it themselves, now they see you accomplish, they want to hate on you because it's a reminder that they couldn't achieve their own dreams.
Facts right there. You know what? It actually reminds me of the time when I was in high school, and I wish I had that piece of advice, is when somebody is bringing you down, giving you criticism and judgment, it always comes from a place of insecurity.
100%.
So that way you know that it's never really about you, it's about them, and they're just they're putting on and portraying their insecurities onto you. And I think having that little tidbit and that nugget in your head helps you face that criticism, and that even maybe if it's constructive criticism too, it helps you not get so butthurt by it. It helps you stay on your path, right? You go, okay, you're dealing with your own stuff. I respect that. I hope you heal on your own journey, but I'm doing me regardless of what you think.
Exactly. It's one of the things too. It's like when you're driving a highway, bro. You can't be focused on the people's lanes. They might be going faster than you, might be going slower than you, whatever it is. But once you start looking away from your own lane, that's how you crash, right? So just stay focused on your own journey. Just keep moving forward, and you'll be all right. Because it really does suck when like a lot of people throw hate at your way. We're all human. No matter how masculine and manly you are, you want to say, oh, it doesn't bother you. It's still going to bother you. Like, I can get 1,000 beautiful comments complimenting me, showing support. But if I get one hate comment, no matter how much I'm unfazed by it, in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn.
It hits, man. It hits.
And I try, like, once again, you try not to let it bother you, but we're all human at the end of the day. And it's like, what did I do to get this hate comment? Because I'm not making content where I'm like controversial, where I'm trying to make people like, I'm not targeting nobody. I'm just trying to make something comedy, maybe inspire, maybe educate. But no matter what, there's always going to be the hate comment there. And the best thing is you just gotta move forward. And like, well, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Facts,
right?
man.
Can't let words hurt you, bro.
Well, it reminds me of when you say that one comment out of 1,000 comments, that's what's going to bring you down. I've had my personal times where, like, let's say I post a progress pic and I get, 10, 20, 30 great compliments. And then there's one guy who just goes, yo, your legs are skinny, bro. And that's the one thing I fixate. I go, yo, I need to build my legs. And then I carry that and I see all the lack in my legs, not all the other abundance that came in through all the other compliments. And it was a really great learning for me. And again, to navigate that is stop outsourcing your self-worth and approval to everybody else's comments, whether it's good or bad. So let's say you post a progress pic and you want that validation from others, don't outsource your approval to people to give you compliments, and don't give away your power to people who are going to bring you down. And understand that your opinion, your progress, and your own worth is the only thing that actually matters. And once you stop giving your power away, that's when you can truly stay consistent, driven, and your eyes on the prize. I think it's a huge thing for me and anyone listening right now to implement that. Stop giving your power away in that sense.
No, that's huge. Giving your power away is very, very important, right? At the end of the day, you wake up to yourself and you go to bed to yourself, right? That's the only person that you should be kind of looking for that validation from, right? Not from anyone else. You don't need the validation from nobody. Because at the end of the day, you know who you are and you got to take care of yourself for that, right? So as long as the power within yourself, there's a saying, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do no harm. Right?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
An old ancient proverb.
Man, I'm going to get that tattooed on my neck. That's unreal.
As long as deep inside you have no insecurity, you work on your insecurity, you work on yourself, you keep progressing. No matter how much people are outside throwing hate, throwing all of this, whatever it is, it would not faze you. And that's why it's very important that you don't let all the validation get to your head either, right? There's a saying, humble victory, humble defeat. Even when you're up on the up and a lot of people kissing your ass, whatever it is, throwing you all the love, you can't get cocky. You can't let ego get high. Because that's when your ego is high like that, that is when those hate comments get to you even more. Because then your ego's like, what's going on? Why are you hating on me? I got all this love. So if when you're up too and you stay humble, you stay grounded, when the hate comes, you'll be like, okay, it is what it is. Stay unfazed.
But that's the other thing. Like, even if you let all the good compliments and all the other, let's say, good judgment come through, once your ego gets that high, if you don't get that, even if it's not negative, if you don't get the good compliments and all the extra praise, you're also going to be saying, what's going on here? Like, I need that power to come back to me, whether it's good or bad, either one, right?
100%. It becomes a drug.
Yo.
It's a dopamine drug, I'll be honest. And this is one of the harmful effects of social media, right? I'll have times where I go mega viral. Like, I recently had one that got 16.2 million views on Instagram, right?
Jeez.
Crazy amount of likes, 700K likes, whatever it is. A lot of comments, a lot of followers. Now it's like, okay, what's the next big hit? I'm looking for the next level of dopamine hit because I'm like, I need to surpass this. And when you don't do that, like, for example, a couple of my recent videos haven't been doing as well as I wanted to. Now I'm all of a sudden, I'm having a bad day over social media. My whole day is still the same. Nothing has changed. I still have my family, I still have my health, I still have my friends, whatever it is. Yet now mentally, I'm like, I have a bad day. It's a bad day now because I'm not getting as much outreach as I should be getting. So it's a double-edged sword, honestly. As much as I want to use it to inspire people, then sometimes I don't even inspire myself.
You don't even inspire yourself, you said?
Yeah, I don't inspire myself. That's the irony of it. My main focus is to help people, inspire, educate, whatever it is. But then I don't see my own progress sometimes because I'm so fixated on those numbers and not the people that I actually do help. So that it becomes that double-edged sword where there's that dopamine chase, which does become very dangerous. So that's why I say you got to be grounded when you're at the top, and you have to be grounded when you're at the bottom too. That way nothing phases you. I'm still happy when it gets to a point. I've had times where my boy was like, for example, he's like, bro, your video's going mega viral, man. Like, everyone's posting it. It's all everywhere. People are reposting it. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Like, are you not phased? I'm like, I'm happy about it. But it's like, what am I going to go out and celebrate because I got 16.2 million on a video? Like, it's great. But it's like, I also know what comes after. Because I've had those times like throughout the last 2 years. I've had times where I got very, very viral. And then I was like crazy happy about it. And then the next ones don't go viral. And then I'm just depressed. Like, what's going on? So now when it does go that high, I'm like, okay, I'm very happy. I'm very blessed. I count my blessings. I'm happy it happened. But I'm like, all right, the job's not finished. Let's work on doing more. Let's keep the momentum up, but we gotta keep doing more, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like my friend's like he's like, you should be celebrating. This is amazing. I'm like, it's great. I'm happy about it. But I'm like,
It's not everything.
It's not that I'm not phased. It's just I learned to just keep my composure now, just because I know what comes after. It's not always gonna be a hit.
And that's the other thing too. Like, let's say you get those 16.2 million likes. Even if let's put this into the gym for somebody making progress or whatever, the goalpost always keeps moving.
100%.
For you would probably, now I want 20 million. And for somebody else in the gym, it's like, now I want heavier weight. I want a skinnier waist. It's always, you're always coming from a place of lack and scarcity rather than everything that your body is actually doing for you and all the progress that you're actually getting. I don't know why as humans, we always discount everything that we get and receive. And we're always looking for that next hit of dopamine. We're always looking for that next success, that next achievement.
I think this one of these things is, this comes from people like me and you who are very ambitious. And it's not a bad thing. You want to keep wanting more, right? It's not because you're selfish, but because you know you're capable of doing so much more and being the best version of yourself. It's just very important that you not get lost in that whole chasing the destination and enjoying the journey. Counting your wins is very important, right? Taking a step back and being the present and be like, hey, 10 years ago, I would not think this would be achievable. Look at me now. Little Tulio didn't think I could do what I'm doing right now. But I have been doing it and I've surpassed my expectations. But now I'm not as grateful because I'm like looking more forward and more forward and more forward. I'm still chasing. What I've learned from this is, like I said, count your wins, take a step back, take a breather, look back, be like, man, I've done so much in my past. And there's things I didn't think were possible, but I've done it, right? And now I want more, and it's okay to want more. But it's also to give thanks and be appreciative of how far you've overcome and the journey that's come, right? You have to enjoy the journey and not the destination, right? The person that enjoys walking will make it way further than the person that just wants a destination.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, even thinking about what you're saying is the fact that when we get disconnected from where we're going or from how we're going to go about that throughout the journey, it's really easy for a lot of us, and I've struggled with this, is to get lost in the routine, get lost in the daily grind, get lost in that always being productive, always working out, always staying healthy. There's no balance. There's no time for pause. There's no time for introspection or even celebration. We were talking about this before the episode too, right? It's so easy to just kind of do the same thing day in, day out. It's almost like you're on autopilot. And I feel, at least on my journey, when I was in that, I never felt happy with anything I was doing. I was always just doing stuff and never checking in with myself. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to make my healthy food. I'm not going out and partying with my friends. I'm not going to see them. I'm going to go back to bed early, hit it back the next day because I'm successful. That's what I'm going to do. Like, have you ever been lost in a routine where you've just been so disconnected?
100%. Actually, for a long time, actually, I was really against the whole clubbing scene and partying scene. Not because like I don't do it, but I was thinking, man, I could be so much more productive, and if I just did this and did this and did this, and I had that routine, it was perfect. But I caught myself, I'm like, listen, like, Tula, you're 24 years old, bro. If you're not doing that stuff now, making mistakes, doing dumb things, whatever it is, when are you gonna do it? When you're 30? No. Not saying you have to go crazy. I don't even drink anymore. I haven't drank in the last 2 years. But it's still good to use your youth and use that time to meet new people, to connect with more people, just to change your routine up a little bit. Why have that mundane lifestyle and then being 60 years old, 70 years old, have grandkids and don't have stories to tell? I've traveled the world. I've done all these extra side quests, right? And these are things where it's an art of storytelling. Because I've seen the world and seen how much more there is to offer, now my vision has actually got bigger. Now I have bigger goals, right? There's a saying, what's the best advice someone had ever told you? And this guy said, what if it could turn out better than you can ever imagine? If what you think you have right now with your routine and everything is great, it's good. But if it gets to a point where it's mundane and the same thing day in, day out, that's the definition of insanity. You have to find ways to spark that fire again, to find new things to chase for. And sometimes that comes from taking a break and being easy on yourself, right? It's okay to take breaks and have fun. Because some people like us, like I said, very ambitious. You think taking a break is a waste of time. But that way you overwork it, you burn out. I've had many of those times where I burnt out. because I just try grind. And I'm like, what's my life about now, right? You don't want to overwork yourself either. You want to have times where you can get that inspiration to want more things, or even have the realization that, hey, some people, sometimes you have to see it. They're wasting their life away. And when you see that, it's like the reminder, hey, okay, I had some fun today. I watched a lot of shit happen today. I watched a lot of stuff happen today. And I get to a point where I'm like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want my life to turn out like that. Now I'm going to go back, have more inspiration, have more motivation to get the work done. But of course, at the end of the day, discipline and consistency is very important too. So I'm not saying just throw away all your hard work. But I'm saying if you want to take one day off and give yourself, and plan that in your planner, have that couple hours off, have that one day off you need, do something, connect with friends. You need to recharge your social battery. You need to actually do more things and actually work on your social skills too, right? You can't just be in your lab, in your office, just working the whole time. Nothing wrong with it. It's just you have to give yourself time off to kind of recharge.
Yeah, it's all about that right and balance is what I'm hearing you say. Yeah, and it's so easy. It's so easy to get thrown into that daily routine because the fitness industry especially glamorizes the grind. Yeah. Head down, close everybody out, and work on you. But I know the best times in my life, at least, have come from when I have not been grinding, from when I have not been working head down. Like imagine going out with your friends instead of, just closing off your night, being by yourself and lonesome. You're going to go out, you're going to gain energy from being out with your friends. You're going to just revitalize and empower yourself around something in a community. So when you do get back into your routine, you bring this fresh energy, you bring this calmer energy, this more friendly and open energy. And that's going to carry you much further along in your journey because you're allowing the magic of life to actually trickle in, whether that's relationships, whether that's even just enjoying your favorite show, going out, traveling, like you said. Life gets real boring and real lonely and dry when it's just head down, chicken and rice, get in the gym, and that's it. So I think allowing yourself to have a little room to play, have a little room to just enjoy life fuels your journey much more than the side of fitness that's just saying, put your head down and go.
Oh, 100%. I'm glad you mentioned that because that's one thing about the gym culture right now is that everyone's like, oh, hoodie up, headphones in, I'm in the dungeon, I'm lifting weights, I'm fighting demons. What demons are you fighting, my boy? Like, I get it. Maybe you went through a breakup. Maybe you got cheated on. Maybe life is not going the way you want to. You're not fighting demons that crazy. And even if you are, there's other ways around it. There's therapy. Gym's therapy. I look at the gym as therapy. But I remember I posted this one video, right? I said, this is not healthy without this. And the first video was me working out. This is not healthy without. And the other video was me at a rave. Having a fun time with my friends, listening to music, dancing. It went viral. But the amount of comments saying, "Oh, this is bad," like, I should just work out. This is why you're small. You don't have gains. Like, okay, listen, my objective in life is I'm not gonna be Mr. Olympia. I'm not Chris Bumstead. I love the guy. I look up to him, but that's not my journey. My journey is I want balance. I still work out a lot. I still eat very healthy. I'm probably healthier than a lot of people who are commenting, right? Like, I eat a very healthy diet. I don't drink. Even when I go to these raves, I'm sober. I just want to have fun. I want to dance. I want to listen to music. But people assume it's all, oh, I'm there, I'm doing drugs. I'm, doing God knows what, sinning, so to speak. But it's about having that balance in life because there's more to life. And some of the comments I read too, they're from like 14, 15, 16-year-old kids. I'm like, listen, like if you're not going out of this age and meeting people, I'm not saying go out and do anything crazy, but hang out with friends, do something social rather than just be at the gym the whole time. You're not building social skills. You're not making friends. You're not making new experiences. There's more to life than just hitting the gym, right? But let's say I'm in the gym for 2 hours. There's still 22 hours in a day. You can't be at the gym 24 hours a day, 24/7, right? That's the big thing that gets very dangerous. It's like there's a whole culture around, oh, I'm in the gym. I'm fighting demons. Gym's life. The amount of people in the gym, that's the worst part. The amount of people, we're all in the gym to better ourselves. But the amount of people in the gym who get really big and strong but have social anxiety now. They're scared to talk to girls. They're scared to talk to people in the gym. Or they just talk to guys and just have gym culture. Or that's all they talk about is just gym. You go out with them. They wear, like, I'm wearing my Alphalete shirt. Hey. But you got some guys who just wear all gym attire, and that's all they talk about. They're like, yo, so what's your bench, bro? Oh, you're looking pretty big, man. You have protein yet? Nothing wrong. Once again, it's not slander against the guys. I'm like that too. But you have to have more substance in life. You have to have more hobbies. You have to find ways to talk more things. be more interesting. Okay, if you're just a gym rat and that's it, it's you're digging yourself in a bigger hole, right? You came in this journey to better yourself because you had insecurity. Like for me, I came in this very skinny. I wanted validation, wanted people to like me, wanted confidence, right? So I started working out, started bettering myself, and then from there I realized getting big doesn't get you girls.
It gets you the guys.
It gets you guys. And there's nothing wrong with that too.
Yeah.
But then I get to a point where, okay, let me keep working out for myself now. I don't get big because I'm trying to get validation from people or try to get girls with it. I do it for myself. But through this journey, I developed myself a lot. And that's where I realized, okay, now I have to have hobbies outside of the gym. That way, when you go to events or you go out, you can actually have more to talk about than just be like, hey, you like the gym? You work out? What's your split?
Yeah.
That's just one thing I realized.
Yeah, dude. Well, I've struggled with that too. And I've spoken about this on the pod multiple times, is when I've had my head down and I just wanted to get big and jacked because that's what toxic masculinity culture is telling me to do. It's just get big, look jacked, and yeah, that's it. That's like the whole motto behind it. But once I started adding other elements into my life, imagine like going on a nature walk. For me, that's so rejuvenating. For me, I've implemented cardio. Before I would never do that because you can't flex cardio.
Yeah.
But it gives you so much other health benefits that come along with that you miss out when you're so tunnel visioned into your fitness journey. Like you said, just gym. And it's such a powerful realization. And I feel like that's what maturing in the gym really is. You're not there to destroy your body and look an ideal way because that's what fitness culture is saying. You're there for the mental health. You're there for the spiritual health. You're there to like just move energy. You're there to actually make your body healthy. And once you realize that, I feel like, again, back to the criticism and judgment and buying into that culture, it doesn't shake you as hard, you know?
100%. And like you said, man, like it's very important that you be well-rounded too. A lot of people who are just gymming all the time, they're just so focused on lifting heavy weight that their ego gets in check too. They're just lifting heavy because they want to, be strong, but they're not even lifting in good form. But then gets to the point, like you said about cardio. A lot of people don't do cardio. The heart is one of the muscles you don't see, but it's the most important muscle you got to train, right? And that's called longevity. Some people don't even focus on longevity in the gym. They're so focused on the gym, but they're tunnel vision, but just short-term goals. I want to get big. I want to just lift 225 pounds. That's it. There's more to life. There's longevity, right? Are they stretching? Are they doing more things that keep them more well-rounded, right? That's one thing that, once again, gym culture is going to show through TikTok, through Instagram. All you see is the glamorization of good bodies and lifting heavy weights. There's so much more to it, right? And that's the worst part is you got some people who lift so much heavy weight and they suffer the most amount of mental health, right? And then once again, then they post about it too, and it just gets worse because then the goalposts always move further, like you said, bro.
Yeah.
Even once you hit a certain weight, now people say, okay, now do heavier, get bigger.
It's always like that.
More, right? There's no winning. Whether let's say you do a good squat, now people are saying, oh, you're not going low enough, right? Let's say you lift heavy, but then they're like, oh, but you're short. That's why you can do this. Like there's always something they would nitpick on, no matter what it is. You can have it all. Even Chris Bumstead can have it all, and people still nitpick on the small things. Oh, but you're lacking here though. Oh, but you're this, and it always comes from people that never accomplish it themselves. You got keyboard warriors who think they know everything, yet when you ask them for their resume, what they've accomplished, half the time you'll find out there's nothing. You'll see their profile picture. No profile picture, locked accounts, no followers, whatever it is. That's the best way you know. Like these guys are just trolls. They get off of ruining your day.
Yes.
But like you said about the power, don't give them that power, man. If they don't have the power, it can't hurt you.
Facts, man.
Right? Just focus on your own journey and I think that's the biggest part. Just remember, like you have your own journey, your own path, and you'll be all right.
Well, I like that you mentioned Sebum there, especially because he's in the spotlight. Every guy's like, yo, I just want to be Sebum.
Of course.
So I think fitness culture, it does paint this picture of an ideal physique, a very ideal physique. Now, in your opinion, do you think that does more harm than good? Does it inspire or does it discourage? What's your take on that?
I think it discourages 100%.
For real?
100%. If you're not built a certain way, let's say height-wise, let's say you don't have the genetic potential to get that big or to get smaller. Let's say whether you're born very skinny or born overweight, it gets to a point where it gets very harmful because it sets an unrealistic expectation. Because the thing about the industry right now, a lot of people are on gear, a lot of people are on steroids. It's not even attainable even if you worked out and had amazing genetics. You still have to hop on something to get even bigger. Now, there are some people who can inspire you and, make you want to get better. But it gets down to a point where nowadays, a lot of it is just unattainable results. And it makes a lot of kids too, like young, susceptible people who get influenced by these influencers, by the way. Now they're saying, oh, I have to get on SARMs, I have to get on test. The amount of teenagers that want to get on gear just so they can get bigger. It's like they think it's a hack. Instead of having hard work and focusing on your diet, they're focused on the end goal. I just want to look big. I don't care what it takes. I want to get there. Right? At the end of the day, even when you're on gear, you still got to work hard. Don't get me wrong. Chris Bumstead, all these people who are on gear, all these Miss Olympias,
grinding.
They still work very, very hard to get where they are. The gear helps, but at the end of the day, it's that consistency, that training program, that diet. They all play a part. But then, like I said, you got teenagers who are very susceptible, who now like, I have to get on gear in order to get big. And if I don't get big, now I'm depressed. Right? So it really depends. It's not the fault of these influencers or these bodybuilders. It's not their fault. They're just focused on their journey, right? Their own journey, and they're posting about it because they're hoping to inspire too. But it gets to a point where social media changes it, and now that's all you see. So now it gets to a point where now you're thinking, oh, I'm not that big, so that means I'm not good enough, right? No matter what, and then they just want to get on gear because they want that quick fix. We have this generation of instant gratification that we're always looking to like get that gratification right away, right? Whereas the whole fitness journey is delayed. You're not gonna get overnight. I didn't get here overnight. This is like something I've worked on for the last 10 years of my life, being an athlete and just growing. For someone who started working out 3-4 years ago, but it's something about, it's a lifestyle. It's not about, hey, I just want to be a bodybuilder for 4 years and then get fat. It's like, hey, I'm trying to stay fit until I have grandkids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing that unfortunately with social media, more than ever, because it's such a big thing right now, gym culture, that you got young teenagers, young kids seeing all this so quick that I think they think that's the only way you can make it in the gym, or else why even work out?
I agree with you, Tulio. Honestly, man, even not even just for the young kids, but even for us, like we're still seeing that ideal physique and we still buy into it thinking, we need to be on test, all this pre-workout, all these extra supplements. But where I think having the ideal physique showcased within the fitness industry, where it can be beneficial, rather than looking at the influencer for that's where I need to be, look at all the different behavior traits and positive behavior traits that they have that you can embody. And I think that's where the real inspiration comes. So if you look at somebody saying, wow, they got a great body, don't necessarily say, I need to hit that body. I'm looking at him. He's consistent in the gym. He takes care of his mental health. He's eating clean. Those are habits that are inspirational that I can actually control and infuse into my life in a way that inspires me, keeps me going, and keeps me consistent. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I think that's very important, where you choose, very importantly, who you follow and the influencers that you choose to like, right? If you find someone that has a lifestyle that you love and they're doing the right things, it's not always about, oh, I want that same body, but it's like, hey, if they achieved it, I can too. So it's different mindsets, right? I look at Chris Bumstead, I'm like, I see the way he trains. It's inspiring for me to watch him train.
Because he works hard.
Right? I can't train to his level, but to watch him train like that, I'm like, man, I want to train now too. Like I'm motivated.
I'm getting in the gym.
I'm inspired. Yeah. So I think that's a big thing. It's like taking what you need to take from it and not just be like, oh, I can't be like that. He's Mr. Olympia. I can't be like that big. I'm not 6 foot tall. I'm not 250 pounds. Right? It's just about taking the aspects of it, like you said, picking and choosing the good parts. His lifestyle, wow, they're dedicated, they're consistent, they're disciplined. They talk about how the days they don't want to work out, they still go, right? They talk about how, I don't feel like eating, but I have to get my protein in. Those are important things you got to pick and choose from what you look at, right? And it's very important too that to not get discouraged from posting your own results, right? Yeah. Like you said, about posting your own like progress pics. Yeah, you're not a bodybuilder, but that makes sense because you're not there yet, or that's not even your goal. The big thing is like, hey, I'm proud of what I've achieved today, of how far I've come. I want to post it, right? And I think that's a very important thing that social media can be both for good and bad. It just depends how you let it affect you, but also what you choose to see. So, yeah. Yeah,
well, it reminds me of this concept of I'll be happy when I'm fit. And this is something that I thought when I was starting out, because I was skinny when I first started. I was just skin and bone, right?
I can relate to that.
You can relate to that. Yeah, we were both athletes. I was an athlete growing up, so you're always active. So I never really got in the gym. I was just always moving my body. So when I got in the gym, I go, yo, I want to get jacked like everybody else I'm seeing. And I go, once I'm there, like, that's it, man. I'm going to be cruising. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to feel good. I've been there before. Like, I was at one point at my biggest, like, I was pretty fit. I was honestly really fit. But looking back, and I was just talking on a podcast with Jaleel I had the other weekend, I wasn't happy. I wasn't energized. I wasn't full of vitality. I was very frustrated and irritable. And it really made me realize, like, that end goal that you're searching for is not going to bring you that happiness and that contentment and that self-assuredness unless you do it internally first. And once now I don't lift nearly as heavy as I usually did. I don't eat nearly as much food as I normally did before because I wanted to get fit.
Yeah.
I'm still fit now, but I'm not as big as I was before. I'm healthier now. I'm more energized. I let my body rest and recoup. So almost detaching from that notion of I'll be happy when I'm fit. It's like, no, I'm going to be happy. And then everything else is just gravy on top of that. It's an internal thing.
100%. That's the thing with body dysmorphia right now, right?
Yes.
No matter what, like, especially guys, you see yourself in the mirror. You could be a big dude, but you're just always going to see that skinny kid in that reflection, right? And that's why what I've learned was take a progress pic now, but then visually compare yourself to an old pic of you back then. And when you see that comparison, you're like, wow, okay, I've actually come a long way. When you tell yourself, oh, look how far I've come, it's hard to actually visualize it. But when you put two pictures side by side, you're like, wow, little me would have never seen this version of me. That's when you start, like, never compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to yourself, like your past self. And that's where you feel a bit better, because body dysmorphia is such a big thing right now. You got so many people, no matter how big they get, they see that small kid in the reflection, or that big kid, whatever it is, what they're going through, right? That you just have to, take your wins, look at yourself right now and be like, yeah. But of course, it's a very big internal thing. Maybe what it is no matter how big you get, you build this barrier. Your body's a barrier, but no matter what, you still have that insecurity inside. Until you overcome those insecurities, no matter how fit you get, it will never be fit enough, right?
That's why the goalpost always keeps moving, right? You're never satisfied internally.
Right? So that's a big thing. It's like this whole fitness journey. It's amazing, but you also have to worry about your mental health journey and your own, like, you have to be well-rounded. Because no matter how big you get, like I said, we can wear all this armor, but if inside it's still this little kid that's scared, it doesn't do much for it, right? You're still not gonna meet, you're not gonna accomplish a lot with that.
Well, it reminds me of my first, I think it was maybe second or third client ever when I got into the fitness space. And he was telling me, and I've never even been aware of this, he was telling me when he looks in the mirror, the stuff that he says, he would tell me verbatim, he goes, this is what I say in my mind. And as I'm hearing it, it was pretty heavy and hard to hear. I go, I can't believe people talk to themselves like that. So having an internal dialogue is something that guys don't speak about, especially in their fitness journey. I struggle with it. Have you ever struggled with that internal dialogue where it's really self-depreciative, negative, and cynical, like towards yourself?
100%. I think every guy has gone through situations like that, right? But that was when I was younger, when I wasn't as secure as myself. When I thought like, oh, I'd be happier if I wasn't like this. Oh, if I was taller, if I was bigger, if I was all these things, right? Because that's what society paints as the most masculine men. I'm like, well, I will never be masculine enough. I don't have facial hair, or I'm not 6 foot tall. I'm not 200 pounds, right? But it gets to a point where you realize what you do have. It's about counting your blessings, not what you don't have, right? Once you count your blessings, you're like, well, life is actually not that bad. And then once again, you start working yourself, you start bettering yourself in different ways outside of just the gym. Like, yes, I have a good physique now, but also I still work on other things that I do in order to better myself, right? From there, have more positive self-talk, gratification, count your blessings. Like I said, every morning, wake up, look at yourself in the mirror, be like, hey, I'm lucky I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm healthy, I have family. I can't complain about that. And then from there, slowly but surely, self-talk is so important. Like you said, some people do talk about themselves very negatively. And it's like, there's already enough people hating on me outside of what I do, like outside my life. Why would I hate on myself, right? You gotta love yourself, man. Like I said, that's the only person that you should go to sleep with and you wake up to. But it's unfortunate that there is this whole thing where people do have that negative self-talk. And from there, you're defeated. Before the day even starts, you're defeated, right? Internally.
You're kicking yourself down from the second you get out of bed.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too. Like, I'm a very spiritual guy, energetic guy in terms of law of attraction and the way that the universe works. I think it's a big reflection of your internal when you're looking around outside. So the way people are treating you is usually a reflection of how you're treating yourself. The things people are saying to you is usually the things that you're saying to yourself.
Oh, that's deep. Yeah.
It's deep, you know? So like I even have times where I'm looking in my head, I go, you know what, man, like I'm not too confident. I'm not speaking up. I'm not saying the things I want to say. And I'm saying that to myself. It's like, yo, why don't you just speak up, man? Like speak up. Stop being so insecure. And then sometimes I'll go out to an event or I'll go meet somebody new. They're like, yo, man, like they're going to walk all over me in terms of a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say my piece. And that for me is triggering and showing me like I need to work on that inner work in terms of showing up for myself in a confident, more self-assured way. So if I'm always telling myself I'm unfit, I'm not good enough, people are going to continue to reflect that to you. But once you shift that internal dialogue into a more abundant, confident state, whether that's through affirmations or just slowly changing that belief system, slowly, the universe will mirror that to you as well in the form of abundance, in the form of confidence. And that way it shows you that you've changed your internal.
You know, we're very receptive people, right? The law of attraction is very, very true. Like you said, how you hold yourself and what you think of yourself is how people are going to receive you. Fake it till you make it. If you just act like you're confident, act like you're all this guy, people will think you are that guy, right? It's very, very simple. Like you said, if you go in there, you know, you're thinking to yourself, I'm insecure, I'm unconfident. You're walking in that room, your energy is just small. Your posture is going to be small. The way you carry yourself is going to be small. And the way people are going to perceive you as is going to be very small. If you just go in there and tell yourself, fake it to make it, hey, you know what? Imposter syndrome is not a real thing. Just fake it. Go up there, chest proud, you know? I'm that guy today. I'm him. Go in there very confident. Hi, my name's Tulio. What's your name? Whatever it is, people might say, oh, well, this kid's very confident. Wow, he has it. Who is he? Now they're interested. And now you start attracting what you're looking for, right? It's important that you just got to be the person that you want to be, even if you don't feel like it, right? So, like you said about the whole being, you know,
Internal.
the internal thing. The internal dialogue is very, very important. And if you just go into any room thinking you have to be who you have to be and just fake it, then fake it. I see nothing wrong with faking it. Just don't lie. But you're faking it, you'll fake it to make it. And that's one thing I literally just do. There's one thing I should do too is like you were saying, one quote that I use since last year. It's a quote that I follow. Go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Right?
Bang.
So if you realize you're in an area of space where people are walking over you, or they're treating like but whatever, or they talk down to you, maybe that's not the room you have to be in anyways. So there's two ways of looking at it. Do I change myself to compress these people that don't even look up to me? Or do I just take myself out of that equation entirely and go somewhere else where I will be appreciated? And that's something I do. Anytime I realize I'm like, if I go in a room and people are like, yo, Tulio's here, what's up, man? Then I'm in the wrong room. Because I've traveled the world, I told you this, right? And I've realized I have friends all over the world, all over Europe, all over Asia, wherever it is, all over Australia, that if I'm in Toronto right now and I go to a room or event where people are like, don't mess with me, it's not me. It's just I'm in the wrong place. Because I've been to places all over where I have been appreciated and people are excited to see me, right? So it's about going where you're loved, but also find that law of attraction. Put that energy out there, the right energy, help people, inspire people, and it'll come back in abundance, right? The whole abundance mindset, mentality, not scarcity mentality. But it's also about going where you are appreciated, not just tolerated.
Yeah, let's dive into community in 1 second because I love that so much. Where we're talking about bringing that abundance mindset in or faking it till you make it into wherever environment you're in or even just in your everyday life. When we say fake it till you make it, some people might say right now, that's not as easy as you make it or make it out to be. Like there's no way I could just fake it till I make it. I don't actually believe that. The one thing that I've always learned is it's a choice. You have a conscious choice to either choose to show up or choose to not show up for yourself. And before you say like, it's not just that easy, you've already done it. You've already made the choice to be insecure. Yeah. You've already made the choice to show up and make yourself negative. You've already made that choice. So why not choose the latter? Why not choose a reality where you feel confident, where you feel empowered, where you feel like you actually are appreciated? So making that conscious switch can move mountains in terms of your self-worth, the way that you show up, and especially that rejection and criticism. You already make the choice to not let it faze you. As hard as it may seem, the choice is yours.
100%. It's subconscious a lot of time too, right? Like you said, this choice is yours. You can decide what you want to be. And, you know, yes, it's hard. Let's say, for example, some people come tell me, Tulio, man, your life is so crazy. You're doing all these things. I'm like, yeah, but it wasn't just handed to me. It's not like I get all these invitations one day to say, hey, come to this, come to this, come to this. It's like sometimes I reach out and say, hey, how are you? and follow up with whatever. Or I go, or let's say I don't feel like it that day. My social battery is down, but a friend invites me to an event. I say, screw it. I'm just gonna act like I have energy. And guess what? You tell your mind, you trick your mind into thinking, hey, I do have energy today. I go in that room and I make a presence. And from there, maybe it's about meeting people. I don't feel like talking to you today. You know, I don't know, maybe I'm a bit insecure. Maybe my hair is kind of messed up. Maybe I have a pimple on my face, whatever it is. Screw it, bro. If someone judges me for that, then it says a lot about them, not myself. Don't let those insecurities come in and stop you from opportunities. And from there, I meet new people. And then from there, I go to these events. And from there, life opens up when you allow it to open up.
Ooh.
Right? Ooh. Exactly. It's one of those things where you make that decision yourself. If I say, hey, I don't feel like it, oh, maybe tomorrow, and keep pushing things, it won't just come. These opportunities won't just come knocking your door. You're not going to get a bunch of invites. It won't be, oh, next time I'll do it. Sometimes you have to strike while the iron is hot. You got to find those opportunities. You got to say, hey, I'm not, like, I went the other day, I went to this $30 million mansion party.
Nice.
Everyone there were either 6-7 figure earners or like 100K social media, whatever. I did not fit in. Guess what? I didn't get personally invited, but I had the information. So I pulled up with one of my buddies. I went in, and guess what? I faked it till I made it. Went in there. Hi, my name's Tulio. Just brought that energy. I wasn't saying, hey, I'm this top millionaire guy. Hey, I'm this top social media guy. I didn't say none of that. I just said, hi, my name's Tulio. What's your name?
You made that choice to show up.
Exactly. There was that imposter syndrome. There was that, hey, like, I don't fit in here. But who decided I don't fit in there, bro? These labels?
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, you don't reach these requirements. I don't care to reach the requirements. I know that I belong in that area, right? So I said, screw it, and I just went. Guess what I went? No one checked me on my name or anything. I just walked in. Funny enough, all these security guards, I just walked in, and I met amazing people. I met people on the Raptors. I met all these millionaires, these top figure earners, these social media. And guess what? I connected with them. And they treated me like a human being. Because at the end of the day, when you don't put people on a pedestal, we're all equal, me and you. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what social economic status you come from. We're all the same. As long as you don't put people on a pedestal. The second you put someone on a pedestal, they treat you like a fan. You cannot do that. And that's where a lot of people fight things, think, oh, they're better than me. Who said they're better than you, bro? You know what I mean?
You're saying that.
You said that.
You're saying
they didn't come to your face that, hey, I'm better than you. No one ever does that. And if they do that, it says a lot about them.
Yeah, don't worry about those people.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't worry about them. If they think they're better than you, they're probably not better than you, but like, don't, yeah. But if you keep thinking, oh, I can never compete against them. They're better than me. You've already lost, you're defeated. And anyone who plays sports knows that the champion's built within. You have to be the champion before you have that champion mentality before you're even the champion. You have to have that winning mindset before you even win. And that comes with everything in life. So with me going to this event, I already thought I'm this guy, I'm who I have to be, and I'll get there one day. I may not be there yet, but I will be there one day. So might as well just get that foot in that door and see what's coming up. Right.
My man Tulio, speaking facts. I honestly, like, that is such a high note. I want to put a pin in that to wrap up this podcast, man. Thank you for coming on this show. Been a wealth of information and great conversation. I want to give you the stage just for a second. Where can listeners connect with you? What do you do? How can you help them? Just take it away, man.
Yeah, so my name's Tulio, to top Tulio. I'm an online fitness coach. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at To The Top Tulio. And the main thing is, like I said, it's about inspiring everybody to show that anything is possible in life when you put your mind to it. Because as a kid, I didn't think I wasn't this confident guy, right? I didn't think I could achieve all the things I've achieved. I thought very lowly of myself. I was very insecure. And it's through going through life experiences and building myself, I realized, hey, the obstacles that are in front of me are the ones I set up for myself. And if I just count on the things I don't have in life, I would never achieve anything, right? So instead of complaining to the world and saying, oh, I don't have this, I can't compete because that guy has this. You just say, hey, I have this. Let me just work on what I do have, and let me try to build myself up. There's always that saying, right? If you're born poor, that's not your fault. But if you die poor, that's your fault. But I'm not talking about money. I'm just talking about in life. You're not going to be born with all the resources. It's about developing and building yourself so that you have all the resources down the road that you can build on more things.
Tulio, my man, even wrapping up with some wise words. Thank you for coming on the show, bro. It's been an absolute pleasure. And yeah, just a big thank you from our audience.
Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it, brother.